Consciousness is free. Everybody is free. If consciousness, through this form or any other form, wants to go sit in a tree, so be it. If consciousness wants to become a doctor, so be it. If consciousness doesn't want to work and becomes a homeless person, so be it. Everyone is free because everyone is freedom itself. Everyone is liberation itself. There is no I who is actually bound or actually free. There is only freedom itself. There is only Spirit. There is only God. And God is free. The Bible says we are made in the image and likeness of God. God is free to create, and He does. God creates the entire universe in all the multiplicity, all the different colors and variety and difference. And so are we, free to create. And obviously we are free to destroy, in the sense that we do. Now, because everyone is free, and because everyone's doing what they want, there is also sometimes opposition. I want A, you choose B. There doesn't necessarily have to be conflict or opposition, but sometimes there is. I want A, you want B. And there can only be one answer, solution, and so we fight. I want what I want, and you want what you want. But I'm going back even a step prior to the conflict. The point is, we are free. We are all free to think as we wish to think. We are all free to feel as we wish to feel. We are all free to act as we wish to act. There are consequences, yes, but prior to consequences, there is freedom. If you wanted to go rob a bank, in that sense you have that freedom, but other people have that freedom to stop you from robbing the bank. Now, I'm not talking about morality here. I'm not endorsing robbing a bank. That's not my point. My point is, there is freedom, and sometimes I think it scares us to think about how free all of us are. It's too much freedom. We want to control that freedom because we want to protect ourselves, because we love ourselves. Very understandable. I'm not implying we shouldn't protect ourselves. It's prior to whether or not we should or shouldn't or do or don't. I'm trying to get as prior as I can. I'm trying to come back to source, come back to the origin of everything. And the origin, the source, is life, and that life is free. It is free. That life manifests itself through human beings. And the mind, based on what you believe, will tell you what you can and can't do. If you listen to the mind, you will be a slave of the mind. You might feel oppressed by your own mind internally. You might feel oppressed. There might not be anyone outside of you telling you, physically, literally telling you not to do something or to do something, and yet you will hear that voice within. Maybe it's the voice of a parent or a teacher or someone on TV or a friend. Maybe you were made fun of because you tried something before, and so now you won't express yourself in that way, in that fashion, for fear that someone will make fun of you. But regardless of whether or not they will or won't make fun of you, you are still free to express yourself as you do, as you will. You are freedom itself. You are liberation itself. You are free. You are free. You are free. You can't blame other people for your oppression. I'm not talking about physical oppression or physical limitation. You could be in jail right now, or you could be in a refugee camp, or something of that nature, where you don't have, I'm not talking about financial freedom, I'm not talking about physical freedom, I'm talking about internal freedom, mental freedom, and the freedom to express yourself, the freedom to be yourself, whatever that is. You are free to think what you want to think. You are free to feel what you want to feel. You are free to act as you wish. And yes, there are consequences, but I'm talking about the freedom prior to consequences. There is something empowering just about realizing that you are free. Just to bask and to radiate, to settle and abide in that freedom, which is you. What will I do with my freedom today? How will I think? How will I feel? What will I create? What will I let go of today? What no longer serves me? What do I no longer want in my life? I am the author of my life. How do I want to rewrite this screenplay that I happen to be a part of as the main leading character? Perhaps I rewrite it that I'm no longer the main character in my story. Perhaps the focus isn't so much on the separate self, but on community. Perhaps community, perhaps oneness becomes the central character. Perhaps all of us become part of the story. You are free. You are freedom itself. You are liberation itself. You have never been bound. You have never been bound. Stop believing those thoughts which tell you that you are bound. You're not bound. Not only are you made in the image and likeness of God, you are a spark of divinity itself. You are liberation itself. Free-floating, omnipresent, and vast. Namaste.